Architecture to organize, recognizing and enhancing the existence of vernacular in urban. This design dissertation stage 1 is submitted and would be presented by me, Asmita Ramesutar, under the guidance of Professor Amol Patil. Let's start the presentation with a very familiar quote by Gandhiji, which was made by him during the time of Indian independence. India is to be found not in its few cities, but in its 7 lakh villages. He believed Indian villages were self sustaining units which were rich in culture and tradition. Thus, India's answer to development lied in the revival of these villages. But in 2018, the number of these villages shrank to around 5 lakh. Villages are constantly abandoned and some get engulfed or morphed into the cities. The villages which get morphed into the cities are known as urban villages, and it is very usual to feel the pressure of urbanization lingering upon them. With all this held true, India, on contrary to Gandhiji's statement, can still be found today in its cities, its villages, and everything in between. The motivation for this thesis is to understand the social and cultural dimensions of human habitat and its effect on built form, thus, on a larger scale, through an urban village. This study aims to ease the existence of a village trapped in urban and on the verge of getting engulfed in the city. Koli community or the fishing community of Mumbai is one such community battling odds to survive and preserve its cultural identity. This project will focus especially upon strengthening and enhancing the cultural identity of an urban Koliwada through architectural interventions and thus being a promoter of culture through appropriate design programs. As the topic's name suggests, architecture to organize. Organize means recognizing the existence of. Hence, for this thesis, we would be recognizing the existence of an urban Koliwada. To understand what these urban Koliwadas are and why they should be recognized and enhanced, we would have to follow a methodology and first understand what makes a city a city. What are the factors that contribute to make it a city? We would further go ahead to understand the communities residing in the city, and with case studies, we would be given a practical angle. At the end, we would be left with some strong design ideologies which will be applied to the design project, and the final aim of this thesis would be an architecture that would uplift and reflect. In this slide, we would try to understand a city through few terms. First, place and placemaking. A place is often understood as a small urban space that is cherished by the people who inhabit it. And placemaking is a process of creating quality spaces that people want to live, work, play, and learn in. This definition is given by Robert Stubble in his book Better Cities and Towns. And these are the various works studied and analyzed in this section, where we also learn about the ancient Roman bathhouses and toilets as community spaces. The next three terms are somewhat correlated. How would one remember a city? Was it too loud? Was it too crowded? Or were there too many blinding lights? Or it was the community which resided in it? This sense of place was mythologically put up as genius loci of a place by the ancient Romans. And lastly, we understand Jane Jacobs' ideologies on designing cities, where she believes in preserving the core character of the place, that is, sense of space or genius loci of a place. In this slide, we will understand various communities that are residing in the city. These were the works studied. One of the work is movie Zootopia, where animals reside harmoniously as the architecture there fulfills the requirement of each community. The next artwork is by Louis Kahn, where he says street is a room by agreement, which suggests a street which is a public space only gets built when it is agreed upon by the community which would be using it. In the next example of movie Metropolis, which is a science fiction movie made in 1927, where cities of 21st century are imagined and the disparity between economical classes is highlighted and shown to be dividing the society. And one is made to think, can architecture be a mediator between the classes? Projects that lift the community's morale. The Mumbai Museum is one such example, built by the East Indian community of Mumbai. The next example is Clayroom by Andy Goldsworthy. This work is an excellent example of case specificness, touching the sentiments of people through use of non conventional material such as human hair and locally available clay. Urban villages. We'll see how, in the theory, urban villages get formed. In this diagram below, as the city grows, the neighboring villages get morphed into the city, thus making these rural settlements into urban villages. The urban villages in Mumbai are of three types: Gauthans, Adivasi Padas, and Koivadas. Gauthans are spread all across Mumbai. Adivasi Padas are seen near the Sanjay Gandhi National Park, and Kolivadas mostly in the coastline, but some are landlocked. In these Kolivadas reside the Kolis of Mumbai, or the fishing community of Mumbai, with their vibrant culture. Kori songs, Kori dance form, Kori traditional cuisine, Kori festivals such as Nari Purnima mark the distinct culture of this community. As one would wonder how Kolivadas could be landlocked, this slide with transformation maps of Mumbai and Vasai Virar sub-region gave us answer for the same. The transformation of landscape by reclamation over the years and the change of ports and capital from Sopara to Vasai and then Vasai, Agashi and Thane to Fort region of Mumbai. And in the last map we can see from 1960s onwards the Vasai Virar sub-region turned a periphery to the global city region of Mumbai. For better understanding of Kolivadas and for the site selection of the project, three Kolivadas of Mumbai and adjoining areas have been selected to be studied. These Kolivadas are governed by three different authorities and all three come under Mumbai metropolitan region. The three Kolivadas are Varri Koivada in Mumbai city, Diwali Koivada in Navi Mumbai, which is a planned city, and Arnala Koivada in Vasai Virar region in the northern suburbs of Mumbai. Even though all these three are Kolivadas, various factors lead to the differences, such as look and feel and quality of life of this Koli community residing in them. Some of the prominent factors that lead to these differences are geographical features, the land use map of Mumbai, population, and affordability. The four major aspects are interlinked to each other. For example, an area which would be seen to have suitable geographical features for commercial development would be marked on the land use map of Mumbai. This would lead to the migrant influx in that region, thus increasing the population density of the region, leading to the higher demand of land, thus leading to lower affordability in that place. Comparative study of Kolivadas. This chart judges the Kolivadas as per different criterias that finally conclude with the most preferred Kolivada site for this project. Green for most preferred site, orange for moderately preferred site, and red for least preferred site. The road network maps of Varri and Diwali show their limiting nature, whereas Arnala Koivadas shows scope for expansion. The figure ground plan shows the density of the build form in the Koivadas, where we can see Varri being the most densely spaced, Diwali being moderate, and Arna being sparsely spaced. Various other criterias are judged in detail in the design dissertation book. This comparison would conclude with selection of Arnala Koivada as the preferred site for my design project. Community life at Arnala Koivada. In contrast to that of cities, where boundaries of a place are very well defined, for example, a place can be workspace, education space, community area, but this doesn't hold true for the Arnala Koivada as these boundaries get blurred as the community comes together and shares various spaces. The evidences of the same will be given through the images here. Where we see Arnaya Beach as a recreation spot, the Koi community uses it to celebrate various festivals and as a workspace. This map shows various prominent places in Arnaya Koivada, and the site selected for this project lies in the southern part of it, which has already been reserved for tourist and public activities. The total site area is 8.5 acres, including the linear patch of land which runs parallel to the beach. Inferences of site analysis. Warm and humid climatic zone, thus cross ventilation is a mandatory requirement. Proximity to sea acts as a threat, so CRZ norms are to be followed very strictly. Lack of public toilets and bathroom is a concern in this region, thus efforts are to be made through design. As a result of rapid urbanization, the traditional architecture character is lost in this region. Efforts are to be made to revive them. Agashi of Virar West Precinct acts as a reference for the same. We would now start with the case study presentations. Jetavan, Spiritual and Community Center at Sakharwadi, Maharashtra by Samip Padora and Associates. The site sits on 1 acre plot and the various programs that are conducted are spiritual guidance, vocational training, and physical wellness. The reason for selecting this case study was the innovative use of locally available materials, thus evoking a sense of belongingness in the community. The 6 block scattered planning made sure that no tree is being harmed while construction. One of the many examples of innovative use of materials is trusses of the butterfly roof are made using recycled material from an old ship. Case study 2, Carter Road Promenade at Bandra by PK Das Architects. The waterfront length for this project is 1.25 kilometers and the abutting road is of 18 meters. The program for this project is Promenade is developed as a public space in city. Public engagement areas, amphitheater, landscaping, dog park, children's park are some of the features of the same. This seafront development is selected as a case study as it is an initiative by the local community of the region and the effective addition of programs in landscape keep all groups engaged. Various activity generators make sure to keep the space alive at all times. Case study 3, the new Sydney Fish Market at Sydney, Australia by 3XN Architects. The site area for this project is 19 acres. This is a urban project with community, tourist destination and a fish market. Various programs in this project are market, retail, wholesale and food and beverages. This project was selected as a case study because the programs of New Sydney Fish Market are similar to the requirements seen for uplifting the Koli community of Arnala and for making Arnala a successful tourist destination, thus creating awareness about the problems faced by the community. Now, let's look at the planning of this market. So, on the ground level, the rigorous fisheries activities are placed, such as wholesale fish market, auction areas, and loading and unloading areas. This makes sure the work goes on without the disturbance of tourists. The first floor level is exclusively made for the tourist, and this level is accessed through an elaborate and engaging stairway. Second level has catering, cooking school, and offices. From level 1 and 2, the tourist can overlook the auction, fisheries, and wholesale areas on the ground level. Various design programs and areas are taken up as an inspiration for making the design brief of Arnala Koivada seafront beautification. Design brief for Arnala Koivada seafront beautification. Various points to be considered while designing for Arnala Koivada are architecture should be such that would uplift the morale of the community. The design should be very case specific. It should look into the strengths and weaknesses of Arnala Koivada. One should study the existing pattern of planning. One has to make sure to aware the tourist about the community's cultural heritage. One should be using locally available material which would be familiar to the community. The design area requirement consists of 4 major spaces: tourist spaces, community areas, fish market, and a promenade that would be overlooking the fishing related activities held on Arnala beach. The detailed list of programs that would be provided are given in this table, and here is the tentative site zoning. The zoning of the site gives flexibility to the tourist to choose as per to what level they would want to engage with the community. Either they can be in the tourist area and see the display areas or engage with the community in the community spaces buy fish from the fish market, and walk on the promenade to understand the Koi life better. I would conclude my design dissertation presentation with the hope to create awareness amongst people about the Koi community's cultural heritage. Thank you.